What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles. Welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. I'll get the script down just in another few minutes, apparently. What's up, everybody? Hopefully, y'all are having an awesome Thursday. One more day, then we can kick off the weekend. And apparently, I'm still got my 40 week work week brain going. Hopefully, all of y'all are doing well. Lots of stuff to talk about. And of course, the main topic we'll be breaking down, talking about around 9 o'clock. For those of you on the clock, is what do we want to see with Yojo June 2024 just around the corner? Just one more day left in May before we can officially kick it off. Chamberlain Parks is here. Yojo! That's pretty good. One is the loneliest number. Man, you were by yourself here in the chat at 7:57. It's wild. Hey, James Green's here. What's up, Thursday Night Action Figure Crew? What's up, Jeffrey? What's up, James? How are you? Blake Tarpley, here we go again. Let's do this. What's up, Jeff? What's up, man? Let me check. We're on the Lyles Figure Files channel. For those of you who are normally tuning in and happen to get a sneak preview of Lyles movie files yesterday, that was wild. Sorry about that, but you're always welcome to come hang out with us every Wednesday night at 8:05. Ryan Daly's here. What's up? How are you? Vin Doom, what it is, Thursday night crew, and to my main man, 100 grand Jeffrey. Hope you're doing well. I am doing exceptional, Vin Doom. How's everything on your end? 80s given the 90s. Dang, it's already crowded. What's up, crew? How you doing, Jeff? I'm good. 80s. How are you today? G Brew. What's up, folks? Hope everyone's week has been better than mine. The thing I need to do, 98% of my job isn't working because they're upgrading the systems, which means they broke it. That's how that always goes, isn't it? Kidred. Get to your wish list later. Omega 579. Hey, what's happening? Cooling. How are you? What's up, by the way, Kidred? Snake Eyes is here. Howdy, partners. So is Afton Child. Hello. Being a fine figure. Hey, Jeffrey. Prediction time. Let's go. 80s kid. I see we're talking about a live stream on a live stream. No, we're talking about Yojo June. Not just Tuesday's live stream. Because they've got some more stuff going on throughout the month of June. So it's not just one. Blake, I think it's a brilliant tactic to do a Lyles Figure Files on Wednesday with the movie crew for more conversation. For more conversion. Yeah, I'm working on it. You know, the marketing team said accidentally mess it up and cross the feeds. So maybe there'll be another mistake later. We'll see. Robert's Infinite Realms. Hey, Jeff, hope all's good. So far, so good, my man. Let's see how it goes. Ryan Daly. I don't have to predict Yojo June because I already got the deets. People gonna be happy. Well, I mean, you know, I there's several Joes I want to see. You all already know. I'll get into those later. But I've got my eyes on some retro figures. And it's funny because now on Amazon, Retro Beachhead is now no longer available to pre-order because I guess he actually did ship today, this 30th. So we'll see when he gets back in stock. Well, let's talk about some stuff that's dropped already this week. Let's get back into the big controversy of the week. That had to have been the Marvel Legends, the Cabal 85th anniversary. Comics collectibles set exclusive to Amazon. And this one set up a firestorm of people who were not happy with the original sticker shock price of $99.99. Dan Yoon had to tweet out, listen, it's actually going to be $74.99. Hasbro sent out a press release to us in the media. And, you know, it said $74.99. I think people were like, nah, it's just a test. They want to see how $99.99 is going to sell for 3 figures. They're not doing that yet. So it's cool. I like this set. I was a little worried when we saw those original photos, like, is Norman Osborn going to be too small? But no, he does not look like he's going to be small at all. I know Robo, formerly the Fush, Robo don't know. did a video review of these guys, and I think he's already had to send them back on to Hasbro, but gave us a little look at these in action outside of the Hasbro photos. And it's kind of cool. We got one jetpack going here, one jet exhaust, and the other one on Osborne. So that's kind of cool. How many of y'all did pre-order this set? I'm curious because there was a lot of stuff going on with it and a little bit of upset folks about it. 80s kid. OMG. That looks so cool. I think so too. I'm looking forward to actually grabbing it. Jamelin probably wasn't a Hasbro test. I assume Amazon thought it was a 5-pack. A 5. So really would have been okay with that because the hood desperately needed a new figure. And I know when I did the video trying to break down and do a preview of them, I was trying to find my hood figure just to be like, here, poor focus, look at how terrible this figure is. And I found him today. So I was like, maybe it's for the best, but he absolutely would have been one I would have liked to have seen included in that set. Maybe a make good Emma Frost too. That would have been worth paying for a 4 or 5-pack. I'm really hopeful that we see another massive pack like the West Coast Avengers set or the X-Men villains. I don't mind getting 5 characters. And I really didn't mind with the X-Men set because it was all kinds of different teams of X-Men villains that we got a few members on. I would love that approach for later on this year because, adding more villains in that manner, it's always fun. So hopefully we'll see some more. And I'm down with these 2 packs. We've gotten Baron Zemo, Arnim Zola, gotten Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. And now we got a 3-pack. So let's keep it rolling. Let's get a 4-pack. Let's get a 5-pack. Shoot, let's get a 6-pack. Being a fine figure says playing the long game on this 3-pack. It's funny because that hasn't been a bad strategy. We've seen a lot of the time with these Amazon exclusive sets where, they will get cheaper on us. And it's not like, oh man, I can't believe I paid full price and now it's still that same price. Because right now, that 5-pack that I mentioned, oops, oh shoot. All right, there we go. A lot of stuff came through. All right. It used to be $125, now it's $75. Now, of course, that's subject to change like a wrestling card. Probably going to go back up to 125 soon, eventually. But for right now, you can get this set, including one of my Marauders that I need desperately for my X-Men Marvel Legends display is here. Strife, Random, Zero, and Pretty Boy, another Reaver. So really like this set. That was cool to get all these different villains. We got an X Factor teammate / villain, the MLF Mutant Liberation Front Force. I think it was Force. That makes more sense with X Force. They got a Marauder and a Reaver. So I wouldn't even mind the same kind of breakdown. Maybe they throw in 2 Marauders this time and 1 MLF member, another Reaver, and some random X Factor villain. Maybe one of the Nasty Boys. That'd be fun. So anyway, there we go with that. Snake Eyes says, I really like this 3-pack. I like to get it. Blake, Jeff, when I first saw your video with the 3-pack, I seriously thought you were showing old ones just for the video because they didn't release photos yet. The Iron Patriot looks like a kid's figure. I feel like he's the one that a lot of people are not really loving. Like he's the one that's like, I don't like it. And I wonder if in hand that opinion will change and people are like, oh, it's better than I thought. It's maybe the pictures just aren't showing it off as well, but I think it was part of the whole Norman Osborn. We're just going to do an Iron Man figure. And I keep forgetting the formula of this figure, but it looks, I don't know. I mean, Norman was kind of off the deep end at that point anyway. And I don't mind if he has a shinier figure than some of the rest. Maybe we'll need to tweak it with some metallic red paint, but I wanted this figure. I've just finished rereading the whole Brian Michael Bendis Avengers run, and I really do want to complete and build the Dark Avengers, so gotta have him. JT the Grind, my man. What's up, JT? How are you? Snake Eye says there's one problem I do have with this 3-pack. It's Taskmaster's cape. Why is that plastic but not cloth? All right, so I think a lot of people, all the dozens, said that, why does Doom have a cloth cape? Why does Taskmaster have a plastic one? I think, if I'm getting to the heads, Professor X style of the Marvel design team. It's pretty simple. It's people have been clamoring for an updated Taskmaster for a really long time. And to go, hey, we're experimenting with cloth capes here. Here you go. I think it's probably a real 50-50 split on the sense of how many people want cloth goods on their figures versus those who would rather just have plastic. And so to take a risk with Taskmaster, an updated figure, the pitchforks, the angry clattering of keyboards would be too much for the Hasbro team. So what they said was, let's try it with Doctor Doom. Most people have one or two of these Doctor Doom figures that we've released lately, and they've got plastic capes. So if there's some issue with the figure that's essentially the added tossed in figure, it's okay. It's no harm because they've got their plastic cape Doctor Doom figures already. This one we can experiment with, see how it works for us. And if it does work, then we can go back and do some more figures with cloth capes. But if it's not quite right, if the factory doesn't do it just so, you'd rather have it with the Doctor Doom figure that most people are just going, I don't really need him. He's a Doombot. The cape is bad. You just take the cape off, put the Doombot head. Everybody's still happy. But if they did it with Taskmaster, people would be like, I can't believe they ruined this Taskmaster figure that I wanted an updated one for so long just to give him a cloth cape. So I think that's what happened. And I think that was the right call in that case. G-Brute, yeah, that astonishing Emma really needs an update. Now, if they were to do Emma in the, or that sounded terrible. If they were to put Emma in the set and gave her a cloth cape, that would be fine too, because we've already got one with plastic, and that was not the way to go with that figure. So if she had the cloth cape, that's experimenting, but it would work. And I think a lot of people would be happy because she could raise her arms and do something beyond this. Then Doom, I ordered last night. Really wanted that Taskmaster and a Doom. Yeah, I was really pulling for Butch Reed and Ron Simmons, but totally different license holder on that one. But yeah, looks pretty cool. Mr. Cheeseburger, love Robo. Great personality. Yeah, Robo's pretty cool. Good guy. 80s kid from the 90s. Does anybody know where I can find the ARC Troopers? Do not. Absolutely do not know. Hopefully you can track them down. Kidred, the Cabal. There you go. 3-pack and Zemo and Zola 2-pack. I'm gonna wait until they're on sale. They both look cool. I do. Hopefully you don't have to worry about them selling out on you. Excuse me. Drinking water too fast as always doing these shows. Mr. Cheeseburger, I got two. Marvel Legend fans always outraged about something. It certainly kind of seems that way at times, doesn't it, Mr. Cheeseburger? Mutant Liberation Front. Thank you, Ryan. I was like, which way is it? Jamelin, I'd really like a more dynamically sculpted hood inspired by Kyle Holt's artwork. Yeah, I mean, they just dropped the ball with the hood figure, and it's so weird because he was only really meaningful and important during this Bendis Avengers run and during, just during that time period. And he got raised up, elevated to a real A-list villain, hanging out with Doctor Doom, Loki, and all these other important villains. And of course, he's faded to obscurity because Bendis is not there to keep propping him up. But because we got so many new Avengers in the Marvel Legends line, it makes more sense to have the main villain who is opposing that team all the time in the hood with a good figure. And because they botched the hood element of the hood, you'd really like for them to do an updated, much improved version because there's a lot of problems with it. Kelly Cox, hey, how are you? Jamelin, there are a fair amount of collectors that hate cloth capes. I've seen the comments. Me too. I mean, it was, if they had gone with cloth capes for both of them, just as many people I feel who were complaining about the lack of a cloth cape would be up in arms. Why didn't they just make it plastic? Hasbro's always messing us up. So yeah, that was not going to work. Mr. Cheeseburger, I'll buy every Doom, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America they make. What about Thor? Does he not make the cut? And I guess Wolverine doesn't either, because Wolverine is definitely one where if you bought every figure they make, you would be flush with those figures. Matthew Madsen, did you notice Emily's name wasn't on the Joe live stream? I did not. Then everyone noticed her IG was deleted? No, I didn't know this either. Maybe just going radio silent on social media. But Hasbro just laid off 1,100 people. Oh wow, that's not great. And very interesting about Emily. Huh. Hopefully, it's just a case of going silent on social media for a minute. I thought she was a really pleasant host for those. And, she admitted straight up, I wasn't into G.I. Joe growing up. That kind of makes sense. But she, I thought, really embraced it and was fun. It wasn't like, gosh, will you just stop? You're so annoying. She was cool. And hopefully she was just taking a break, maybe laying low with all these people getting laid off. And hopefully all those people I know very well about the layoff struggle and find something quickly. Maybe they can go back and do some work with Hasbro on a freelance basis, but it's never good for people to get laid off. So hoping for the best for all of them. Jamelin, the Hood's original miniseries is actually pretty cool. I liked him as an underachiever that happened upon this great power in his character arc. Who wrote that one? Because I felt like he was kind of like with what Bendis did with the Guardians, where, oh, they're popular. I'll come in and make them an even better team. Even though the movies, when he happened to come on board, coincidentally, with the title, characters are already really well done. And James Gunn, his screenwriters, use the DNA version to influence their take. I don't think they use anything from the Bendis run. But yeah, let me know who wrote that one too, because I feel like that'd probably be worth a good read. Retro Robo. What's up, Jeff and Figure Val's crew? Late to the stream tonight, but I got my coffee in hand and I'm ready to talk toys. Welcome as always. Snake Eyes. I hope so. I hope Emily's still there. I liked her. Yeah, she's cool. Patrick, what's going on? Kelly Cox. I'm taking a second and third look at the villain 5-pack. 110 Canadian is nice. Yikes. How much is that before the sale? Brian K. Vaughan. Okay. I like Brian K. Vaughan's work, so I'll need to check it out then, Jamelin. Because I feel like Bendis just kind of came in and sniped him at the end and like, hey, look, what I've been doing with this character all this time. You guys love it, right? Whoops. Gosh, pressing wrong buttons all day today. Well, we got some more. One of the things that I've been really happy that Hasbro in general has been doing, they're finding out different ways to get more figures out that we've wanted. Figures that sold out a long time ago. I think it was Yak Face. It was Yak Face. I'll make sure I properly credit them for, oops. Yeah, yakface.com posted, I want to say about a month ago, that Hasbro's system was revealing, hey, they got some stuff coming back in rotation, things that collectors might have missed out on. And we've started to see that with the Ahsoka from Clone Wars Season 7, the Walmart exclusive. That was a huge win to get that back out for everybody. You could get her through Amazon, Entertainment Earth, and Pulse. That was a big win. And it took a lot of effort for me to track her down from Walmart. So I felt like victory. Good to see everybody else getting a chance to get her too. Hera, Sabine have also gotten back in rotation. And today, just a random drop. I feel like Hasbro needs to do a little bit better job on this, because when they send these emails, sometimes the stuff's already sold out on Pulse and you got to scramble and do a mad dash try to find it somewhere else. In this case, it was the Star Wars Black Series Droids BT1 and 000 from the comic books. Over on my affiliate Entertainment Earth, they're already pre-sold out, which I always love. And these are the murder droids, essentially, that were hanging with Dr. Afra. And BT and 000 don't have a ton of accessories, but they look really cool. This dark black is really cool color scheme for them. And being able to get them, because I have Dr. Afra, I have Blacker Sanson, so I've got the whole crew now. Of course, I've got a Darth Vader, and very excited to finally get these two back in my collection. And I got to give Hasbro a round of applause for getting these characters back out there. We got Captain Rex, got other figures that I've finally been clamoring for all this time. A better, geez, we got Darth Sidious, we got Yoda finally from the prequel. So they're getting it done. It's taking a little bit longer than I think I would have liked, but we're finally getting them. So I'm really happy about that. Let's see here. Yeesh. There we go. Glasses are all fogged up. Jamlin, hey, whatever happened to thin, rubbery, flexible capes? Seems like nowadays it's either soft goods or a heavy chunk. So I was shooting my Avengers number 2, because I opened up my oh, that's right. I forgot to ask you all what you got this week. I opened up my golden Iron Man. So much fun. Like, everything I liked about that original model one is to a whole nother level now with this one, and he's so much fun. And I feel like if they're going to do another Thor, and I kind of feel like at this point, maybe he could stand to get an upgrade, because he does need a more flexible cape. He needs a little bit more range. He doesn't have. And here you go, you guys can see. And I feel like he's definitely one that would benefit from one of those thin, flexible capes like you mentioned. And here you go. Here's one of my shots. And this is straight from issue number 2, where the Space Phantom is taking over the body of Iron Man. And now he's throwing around Giant Man and the Hulk with the repulsors. Thor's about to come in and save the day. I know a lot of y'all were upset about the lack of a mini Wasp. And as I'm shooting with these figures, I'm like, yeah, mini Wasp would have been cool, but I still don't know how they would have managed to work her where I could pose her, and maybe she came with a stand or something. But I do kind of feel her absence while I'm trying to do these shots. Joe Dye, what's going on? I love Vaughn's writing, but man, why it got me so depressed. I have a whole bunch of that series, and I don't think I finished it for whatever reason. I don't know if I remember hearing people saying, it was so, but I do need to go back and finish reading it. Kelly, originally 5-pack was $190. Yikes, that is a lot. G-Brew, if you love Brian K. Vaughan, his image books, Saga, and Paper Girls are excellent. Saga tends to rip your heart out and stomp on it, but it's so good. I don't know. Now you got me worried about it. All I've heard is great things about Saga. And I think they have one of those bigger omnibus style books for it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out when my comic book shop has another big deal. Excuse me. Wow, that was bad. Jibru, incidentally, both Vaughn and Bendis are from Cleveland, Ohio. Well, Cleveland rocks in some parts. But wow, that's interesting to know. Thank you. Robert, I'm tempted by Boss, but can pass on the rest. I like the droids in vintage though. I don't think have them in vintage for those two already. Thought so, because I was like, when are we getting them back for Black Series? But it was interesting because when I checked earlier, it was 000 who was sold out. And then now that I'm looking again, now 000 who's sold out. So it's just they can't keep them both in stock for pre-orders, which I still find interesting. I do need to grab this set because I was saying this is really cool, so I need to grab some. And Boss is still there. I guess he'll be there for a minute. I almost feel like they should have just said, whatever, let's just make a whole new figure. We'll use the parts that we can, but let's redesign and make him a little bit smoother, more up to date with our articulation standards for 2024. Because Boss came out really early in the original Black Series. Well, the original, they haven't changed. They haven't done an updated Black Series line, but he was really early back when they had the red stripes. So, and I'm pretty sure I still have that figure. So they could probably stand to update him a little bit more. Bollywood, Mythic Legions are great for soft good capes, among other things. Oh, that's cool. Are they 6-inch scale too? David Thanos, what's up, y'all? Anybody got their retro card beachhead? No, but that's because I haven't pre-ordered yet. All right, so What did y'all get this week? Thanks to Target just destroying budgets and all kinds of other things. They had this big sale for Memorial Day weekend. It's over, I think. Some of my friends have gone back to Target today and said, "Oh, the sale where your 24.99 figures are worth 17.49 or back up to the normal price." But if you go to the store, they might be down to the sale price again. I was frantically looking all over trying to find some of the JLA figures so I could build my plastic man. And I found the Chase Superman. So I'm still looking for the regular blue, the electric blue, the one that he actually rocked in JLA. He wasn't ever red electric Superman during that time period. It's a really great variant and very cool of them to do. But I still need the blue one. And he's the one that's super expensive on Amazon. It's 45 bucks. And Aquaman and Green Lantern, they're there. So no big deal in terms of rushing to get them. But I really was hoping to get them at 17.49. That was gonna be really helpful. But that's the way it goes sometimes. And then also as part of that sale, finally got this guy, Captain Lou. Very excited about getting him. And for those of you who are asking, Mattel did send me that 4-pack with the Muhammad Ali, Gorilla Monsoon, Harley Race, and Superstar Billy Graham. I'm hoping to unbox and do a whole video of it by the weekend, but I'm really looking forward to it. So it did arrive, and I'm very happy about it. Target also had this guy for, I think it was like 10 bucks. And this completes my Uncanny X-Men 275. So I had to grab him too. And I have mentioned this already. I'm sure you guys heard all of that because I was scrambling around the mic. But I got the whole wave because they were there. So I got all these guys at that 17.49 price point. Really excited about that. So there they go. And already done Model 1 Gold Iron Man. And I think I might save Captain Fairy and She-Hulk for last, but this is going to be a fun wave to break down and review. So stay tuned. Now, what did y'all get? G-Brew picked up Cable, Shield 3-pack, and the Atuma Wave Black Panther. Oh, right. Where did you get the Atuma Black Panther from? Because I've been to Ollie's lately, and they have them for $9.99. So if you don't have one around you, or if you have one close by, maybe you can get them cheaper. Afton Child, thank you. I have so much fun trying to reenact the comic book panels. The covers too. I'm working on Avengers #1, but it's kind of fun playing around and trying to do like hey, this is from this segment in the issue. I think I can shoot that too and pull that off. So here is another one. I think there we go. This is right when the Hulk is like, "You guys can't stand me. I'm leaving the team." So, and the Wasp is small, but she doesn't really work small. So I just had her stand in a regular size. But this is where we need that Hulk with the trunks. By Avengers 3, he's rocking the jeans. So this is fully fine. And I really don't know if Hasbro is going to be able to top this figure. This is one of my last man standing Toy Biz Marvel Legend figures, this Hulk, but the head sculpt is amazing and his articulation is still really good. And of course, Giant Man is not here much longer for the world. He's about to get replaced, but for now, there he goes. So yeah, it's just really fun trying to tackle these comic book panels and try to get the Jack Kirby style in the posing of the figures. Joe Dye says, "Hey, have we ever been shown Jeffrey's collection display?" No. I'm in the process of rearranging my whole setup. So I changed the closet. I finally broke down the racks from however long ago it's been since we moved here, and taking them out and put up shelving so I can put my Simpsons collection. And now I'm looking at it like I think I can fit some more shelves in there. So I'm going to rearrange and put some more things in there because there's still some shelf space available. So you know how it is, trying to work around. And I am right in the middle of removing all my Marvel Legends and rearranging how they're displayed and the Masters of the Universe, the G.I. Joes. It's a mess. But very soon, I'm hoping to have a whole thing to take a tour of the collection. Retro Robo. I was pleasantly surprised by that Boss re-release. I agree, though. Little heads up would have been great. Well, I mean, in Boss case, he's still available, which is great, especially if you have that Premium Pulse membership where I'll just buy this one figure. I don't have to worry about any shipping costs, and we're good. I'll just buy him with no worries about meeting a minimum shipping price point. Hollywood says, by the way, totally unimpressed with this forthcoming 3-pack. I think we were reaching the end of the line for Legends. I mean, it is so many people going, that's the end. I'm done. I mean, for everybody who's out and about to quit Marvel Legends, I salute you. Congratulations. I could go for like 40 more waves and still be like, yo, you still didn't get this figure. Blake, Jeff, now that I have the gold Mark 1 Iron Man, I'm gonna have to bust out my Toy Biz Avengers pack, which has that mini mask with mini Wasp and Ant-Man with ants to recreate the Avengers #1 cover. I have 2 ants. I'm like really trying to do some stuff. I was trying to figure out if I could manipulate the camera to have this latest Ant-Man riding the 2 ants. And I'm gonna have to do some digital work on that and try to figure out a way to get Wasp shrunk down. And I'm halfway through it, but it was really fun. So yeah, it's really cool to be able to do this. And for whatever reason, I can't find my mini Ant-Man. I'm like scrambling around, like, where is this dude? He must have fallen and can't get up somewhere. But I'm going to track him down because that's going to be one I can't wait to do. 80s Kid says, Bosk is a must. G-Brew, I've been picking up Saga since issue 1 dropped. Also, Brian K. Vaughan's The Private Eye is also excellent. I love Why the Last Man, but you should absolutely finish it. I need to. I need to track, let's see, to find where they are in the collection and see where I left off in the trades and pick them back up. Michael Solis says the Shield 3-pack is amazing. Very good. I'm glad to hear everyone who got that 3-pack has been really happy and excited about it. Hopefully, I'll be joining your ranks soon. Omega 579 says got the Shield 3-pack, She-Hulk and Cable. Nice. Which one's your favorite? Hollywood says Mythic Legions are 6-inch scale, Jeffrey. Highly articulated, hard to acquire. Nice. Expensive, not so nice. And made to be customized, part swaps and painted. They're the peak of action figure evolution. Yeah, that whole expensive and hard to acquire doesn't seem like the peak to me. How much are those figures running for, Hollywood? 80s Kid says, I got the vintage collection Lando Calrissian from Empire Strikes Back. I'm not opening yet, but I will one day. And one day we'll be together. Where'd you get him from? He's another one I saw at Ollie's for super cheap. I feel like that's the price they should be, but yeah. Blake says, what I didn't get ordered this week was Warbird and Darkseid. Yeah, Darkseid went really fast too, didn't he? Joe Dye, yes, why is fantastic. Finish it. It made me sad in the end, but it was powerful stuff. All right, definitely got to make sure I do that. Matthew, I got to pay for my Mayfex Nightfall Batman as that just came in. Amy. Oh, man. Is Bane on that same shipment schedule as Nightfall Batman? I saw some in-hand shots. I was like, uh-oh, got to get ready. I love the fact that he's shorter than the Hush Superman, yet still taller than Hush Nightwing, even though those two have and should not be together on your display shelf anyway, because Dick Grayson's wearing a different outfit at that point. Excuse me. Ben Doom picked up Monstar off Amazon. He was on sale. How much? My first appearance, Batman, is coming tomorrow. The rest is all on pre-order from now until September. You mean until tomorrow? Those pre-orders about to come earlier. G-Brew. Oh, and I got the Kurt Busiek and George Perez Avengers Omnibus 1. Nice. Quality storytelling right there. After, hey Jeff, did you see Lego shut off the Great Deku Tree from Legend of Zelda? Nope, I did not. Did you like it? Tom Finn, what's up, my man? Got DC Multiverse Starfire Best Buy. Kept checking sites, hoping to find her online. In my local store, had her in stock. Be careful with the hair, especially when opening the package. That's not good. You just had to cut around the hair. And how do you like the figure? Because she's one I was like, it's not the outfit I like. Although seeing people's photos with the the Titans, they're not teenagers anymore. They look kind of cool, even though she's shorter than Donna, who I don't know why they decided to make her super Amazon size because that's just not great. Joe Dye, wait, Mattel has a Muhammad Ali figure. They have several Muhammad Ali figures. They have an Ultimate Edition version, so you can go fully articulated with him, and they have an Elite figure. They've done several. I think they even have one in their what's his face? There it goes. They have one in their retro collection. There's a plethora, and you can get him. There's so many different means now. But Muhammad Ali, the Elite version, is actually kind of trickily the hardest one of this set to find. Because I know when they revealed this set, a lot of WWE collectors were scoffing at the notion of a Muhammad Ali thrown into the Legends after the Ultimate Edition one, but he's been very hard to get for a lot of collectors just trying to track him down because apparently he's not just popular with wrestling fans. Imagine that. And people want a Muhammad Ali figure in their collection, and there you go. But let me see here if I can track down the other versions because they, like I said, they've done several different versions of him. I love websites when they have that pop up and it's like, hey, don't you want this? And it's like, no, let me go to what I want to see first, and then I will do that. All right, so, and here you go. So, what I was talking about here, you can actually still get this, and it's a cool 2-pack. You can get the Muhammad Ali as the boxer, greatest of all times, the greatest of all times. And you can also have him as the referee from WrestleMania 1, and that's really cool. Because of the neck, you can't really swap him out to be a different ref or, another race ref, but there you go. So you've got a ref body and you got this one. The butterfly shoulders really help with cool boxing poses. So there you go. And you can have him face off against Mr. T, who also has an Ultimate Edition figure. So you can do Clubber Lang versus the greatest of all time, the actual GOAT. James Green, my Mezco Firefly, and Adam Super Strong Blank Bodies came in. What do you think of those? Jamelin. Jamelin says, I picked up Lord Deathman and Whiplash. Cool. What do you think? JLA Batman. Wait, did I say Whiplash or Batman? JLA Batman and John Stewart showed up this week. Aquaman was delayed for some reason, and Cable showed up today from Lyle's Figure Files affiliate, Entertainment Earth. My man, thank you so much. So he did get there pretty soon. That's good. David, that Wolverine was a steal. The Targets I went to didn't have any of the Iron Man wave. It was terrible. The sale was only 2 days on the app. Was it? Let me see here because I feel like it was out looking more than that. I think that sale started on a Thursday, if I'm remembering that correctly. So let's see. When I did the video, trying to give you guys a heads up about it. Huh. Let's see. Let me check real fast on the old dashboard because I think it was longer than that. And it was long enough to get me in trouble because I was like, oh, well, I got to get this and this too. Let's see. So that sale started 4 days ago. So yeah, it was on. I think today was the last day. So there was some time to get stuff. But I know if you were late to the party, you might have missed out on some things. But they didn't have it for 2 days. It's a pretty decent sale, especially if you went the online route, had them delivered to the store so you didn't have to pay for any shipping. That would help out too. G-Brew got the Tuma Wave Black Panther at Ollie's today. Nice. There's an Ollie's in my hometown built in the corpse of the long dead local Kmart. I used to work at Kmart, and not that long ago, like 9 years ago, during one of my layoff stints, and it was really weird because it was like, you're unboxing the truck, and then it's like, oh look, there's a Marvel Legends, and it's like something from like 2 years ago. So it was really wild, and not something that would be cool to pick up from 2 years ago. It's like, why do you have this wave coming in? So not quite as exciting as I was hoping. Snake Eyes says, I got Marvel Legends Crossfire, but I think I have a problem with my figure because it lays a little bent or warp. Were you able to fix it? I know some people gave you some advice on how to fix it. Did you do that? Jalen, I was surprised to see a detail full of Star Wars figures in the background of one of your recent videos. Hot Toys. Yes. Doing some rearranging. So that's the Hot Toys collection of Star Wars figures that I was always going, look, they're right here, but you guys couldn't see, of course. So I just had the camera rearranged differently. I am planning to put the other detail that's yet to be assembled because I needed to figure out what I was putting in it there. So you'll see one maybe this time next week, hopefully. But now with Hot Toys, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put in there. Definitely the Power Rangers. They've got one of those shelves because they're kind of sitting in the basement as figure display outcast. David, with that Target sale, I was able to buy some of the stuff I bought at regular price. Now I can return them with this. Yes, that is what's cool about those sales. Did you already do it though? Because now that they're back to the regular price, you might not be able to do that. Oh, finally got the Black Widow Target exclusive on eBay. $35 ship. Nice. I know that's not as cheap as people finding her on clearance, but she's way too good a figure not to get. And 35 isn't a terrible price, especially if that's including the ship price. Retro Robo. I finally got Icarus for the last Zabu Build-A-Figure piece. Nice. Also received Superior Iron Man. Which one is Superior Iron Man? Is that the one in the white / silver? And finally got a Quake Maria Hill to go with my Shield 3-pack. Where did you get Quake from? Randall, what's up, my man? My Walmart had all the variants of the Plastic Man wave. Nice. Just got red Superman. Did it have the blue Superman? And now that I know that Walmart's has them, it's another place to check out. Light, not love Mark 9 Iron Man because of the oversized boots and gauntlets were incorrect. Original version better? Really? I thought people were complaining about the size of the boots and gauntlets. I found it at Walmart, the Lando. Yikes. See, that's the vintage collection figures are nicely done, but gosh, that $17 for 3.75-inch figures is just it's not a good deal. Bane was delayed. All right, thanks, Matthew. That's good news for me in that sense because my wallet is in terrible shape. Jamelin, Boss is one of my favorite Star Wars characters. I had the first Black Series one, same. A vintage one from the 80s and a 12-inch one. So although I think it's cool that they re-released them, I think I'm good. Yeah, I mean, it's the same figure. I feel like he and all those bounty hunters could benefit from new versions. Like, cool that they're re-releasing them for everybody who missed them, but he's one that scene is so iconic, even though that's all we see of them, that they probably could have just done a whole new version and probably sold to people like me. Ooh, it's even better. It's got more articulation. I'll get another one. So yeah. I mean, we better get Annie and Obi from there for sure. Eggs and flapjacks. Hey Jeff, long day, but I came home and Cable Times 2 was delivered shortly after. What a win. Nice. Now what are you gonna do with the second cable? You're gonna put them on a Marvel versus Capcom display? Northern Nomad, what's up? We just got McFarlane, Multiverse, Cassandra Cain, Batgirl, and Knights in Azrael Batman redone. Which one? Did you get the blue one or did you get the default red one? Retro Robo. Oh yeah. Also picked up some oldies from the Black Series. A New Hope, Luke and Leia, Han and Chewie, and then some Droidicons. Nice. Where'd you get the Droidicons from? 80s kid. I'm getting rid of all my Disney era Black Series figures. From now on, I'm only buying stuff from George's movies. Really? Huh. I like the Mandalorian stuff and the Kenobi figures that I have. What else do I have from Disney Plus? And does that mean you're getting rid of Rogue One too? There's some good and Andor. There's still some good stuff. Randall G, my target yesterday had 5 Ali's. Mattel Creations just released a 4-pack with Ali in it. Yep. Spider Fan. Where are people getting the retro Iron Man wave from? Target has them. I want She-Hulk and Golden Iron Man. Michael Solis. I took the Sam Jackson Nick head from the 3-pack and put it on the Commander Rogers body, with Little Pain as my favorite figure. Yeah, that's true. He did have that look in the comic books. That kind of makes more sense. I understand they're trying to line things up with what they were doing in the movies, but that one's like, what are y'all on? Crazy. Excuse me. JT the Grind, that horrible 2-pack Strange and Morbius came in. Why did I purchase this? What's wrong with it? You got me so curious. 80s Kid, Kmart, KB Toys, Blockbuster, Walden Books, and Toys R Us. What happened? I mean, you're forgetting Crown, Borders. What else? Toy Works, Ames, Children's Place, Children's Palace. Well, that's a place I like to go that are no longer with us. David Thanos, Suncoast, another one. I feel like that I'll leave alone clearance. My Target shows 8 available. I feel like that's probably one of those deals where, depending on your area, they're gonna be like none in stock, and then there's gonna be a plethora all over. What's interesting to me is that there's this sense of waiting on the clearance figures, and those legends will sit and sit and sit until clearance hits. But when the clearance hits, it is so hard to find those figures that were just stacked on the pegs. That's why I was like, Captain Lou's 11, 13 bucks. I'll buy him. That's way cheaper than normal, and he's too important to my Legends collection. I've got George the Animal Steel, got Davey Boy Smith. I gotta have the manager. So got the Wild Samoans, so gotta have him. And I'm really glad to get him. So I'm not gonna feel bad if when he eventually goes on sale for $6 and I go, oh man, I thought he was gonna sell out. He's gonna be open long before then. Joe Dye, love that McGuire Justice League pinup. Thank you. It is amazing. And I got a few more pieces that he's done. He had the satellite era original squad doing the traditional Justice League #1 cover that so many people have done homages of. And it was really cool seeing his version of it with those guys. Excuse me. G Brew. Blockbuster was a victim of streaming. I usually just borrowed movies and shows through the library. That's that's what one of my buddies does too. He just goes to the library, and I was like, that's genius. I would not try to keep up because of some issues with Blockbuster, though. David Thanos was shocked to finally see Mutton Junkyard on sale. Right now, I have another 90-day window to return sale price when it goes on clearance. That'll be interesting if they go on clearance. I feel like my stores have had a steady supply of them. Metalhead was on sale for 24, and that was a good pull the trigger, let's get them price. And that's the price of a regular Joe, but for a deluxe. And I was like, I guess he's got enough to be a deluxe, but getting him for that price was solid with me. Retro Robo, Quake from Amazon, and Droidicus from Pulse. Wish I'd known you were looking for Quake. I saw her at Burlington Code Factory. G-Brew, GameStop also has the Iron Man Retro Wave and the Zabu Wave. Cool. That's great because it's about to be June, which means another $5 off with that coupon code from them. So that'll take it down to $20. Very cool. Ryan Daly, my retro card eel is scheduled to arrive tomorrow, but it hasn't shipped yet. I'm skeptical about this. Wonder. Well, sometimes because I have like figures where I get it and it's like, all right, what's happening? I guess they have a plant really or warehouse really close by. So while it seems like this is not coming when they said it is, then it just shifts really quickly. A's and Flapjacks. Open one from Marvel vs. Capcom shelf and just keep the other one on ice and admire it. Nice. I was hearing Glaciers of Ice, and then I was like, let's see what lyrics I can repeat. And that's what made a little brain freeze. G-Brew, Hills. Anyone remember Hills? Didn't have them here in Maryland. They Ames bought it as it was going out of business. They had incredible toy departments. I got mad nostalgia for that Hills toy department. Huh. Did you have a best in your area? I wonder if that was the name of Hills over here. Retro Robo. Speaking of Ali, I remember getting a 1976 Mego Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton boxing ring set. My grandfather loved boxing. That's cool. I didn't even know they did that. Michael, that Muhammad Ali figure was packed up in my Target until that sale hit. It's like people wait for the sales on WWE figures because they know it's going to hit. And it's like, there's no need to buy this at full price. And whether it's a big sale like this one or the straight up clearance, just wait. They will go on sale. And it's funny because it seems like every time they put a new wave of legends out, the other one's getting clearanced out. Maybe you can find half of the wave still on the shelves. And like a couple weeks after the new set hits, there's a big sale at Target where it's like, okay, I guess I'll buy it for half off. Why not? Or if it's not half off, then 40%. But it's crazy. David Thanos. Luckily, I got the Legends and Superstars Captain Lou. I got the shirt from the Superstars and put it on the Legends one and look good. Which one does the Superstars one have? I need to buy another two Lou's. Randall G. Stores I missed to buy toys and books. Walco, FedMart, TGNY, Thrifty Drugs, Osco, Lionel Playworld, B. Dalton, Hastings, Kmart, Fred Meyers. Your thoughts on the Batman Forever fix? Stay tuned. They're on the lineup. Lefty Two Lions, BK. Ayo! Hope all is well this fine Thursday evening. It's doing good, my man. How about you? King Collector. Hills was the best. So, King Collector, where was Hills? I'm curious now. I have to do some research and see if there's some pictures from this vaunted toy department. David Thanos. I had Best, nice, Toys R Us, Playworld, and KB. KB came in clutch when that 25th anniversary. That's funny. I'm drawing a blank when KB and the Toy Works in my area closed down. I just remember being very hot because like, what reason do I have to go into the malls now? Because that was a big lure for me. Every mall had a KB, like everyone in the area, and most of the malls had a Toys R Us. If not in walking distance, then like a 2-minute drive. So it was really great. You go to one of these malls, then go to Toys R Us or vice versa, then go to other spots where they had some more stuff. It's just like, yeah. Or if I was really lucky, there would be a comic book store closely located to the mall, to the Toys R Us. So it's just like Christmas or my birthday all in one. So it was really fun doing that. G-Brew. Hills went out in 1998-ish. They had every toy line that came out. The closest one to me was in Massillon, Ohio. It's a Target now. I was 9 when Hills died. Okay. So maybe kind of a Midwest thing. Midwest. Upper, yeah, okay. Northeast style. Huh. Interesting. Sent the custom to my IG. Thank you. Hills was in Huntsville, Alabama. Okay, so this was just not an East Coast thing. It was all over. Interesting. Thank you. Top Finn. Thank you so much for the 1999 super chat, my man. McFarlane Starfire. There's a stress point near the middle top of the back of the head. Oh, that. Does it look bad? Hair may be 2 separate pieces, and that may be where the seam is. Had a crack about 1 millimeter long, but Gorilla Glue fixed it. Nice. That's so funny. I was looking because I needed to get some glue, and I was thinking, I think I have Gorilla Glue too. It does work wonders. So yeah, I appreciate good Gorilla Glue. Comes through. Hills is around me. Great store, Robert. Robert, where are you? This is yeah, you guys have got me wanting to go look all over and find where Hills was around me. Where the closest one was in Maryland or to Maryland. David Thanos. For me, Best had all my Transformers. Right. That's where the spot was because early on, Transformers were impossible to find, and Best did have them. Toys R Us had all my WWE classic superstars. Playworld had all the stuff I couldn't find anywhere else. I'm like, what? '80s kid, updated Boba would be great too, as well as Lobot and Cloud City Officer. All right. King Collector. Hills had that classic Dungeons and Dragons big arcade in the lobby. Oh man. Hills seems like a cool store to go to. Robert, roses as well. They were Walmart before Walmart. And we have a roses that came, I want to say about 10 years ago. Never been to it. Do they have figures? Or do anybody have a rose? Does anyone have a rose? Let's use English that they go to now because I need to see if it's worth a trip. And what about Double D discount? Do y'all have those in your areas too? Jeeber, the closest KB Toys to me was a Lodi outlet mall. My brother and I got a lot of Star Wars and X-Men figures there. Ohio is considered the Midwest. Thank you. It was like geography. Your initial thought on that was correct. Thank you. I was like, that doesn't seem like it's far enough west. Randall G, when KB was going out of business and the DC Universe Classics were around $11.99. Good gosh, man, that seems like a long time ago. Getting 6-inch figures for $11.99. I distinctly remember going to Ames and coming out with the Captain America, the Iron Man, and the Hulk Marvel Legends figures for $7.99. I'm like, yeah, can't go home again. Can't go to those old school prices. But wow, I forgot they were that cheap. All figures around 60% off. So I got so many figures, including variants, for around $5 a piece. That was a good haul for you. Snake Eyes, I had a big Kmart. Now it's a Myers. Does Myers sell figures? Yeah. There were a couple good Kmarts around the street from me, around the street, a little drive away. And back in the day, there was a really good mall, for stuff I wanted. They had a good Walden Books, and they had a KB, was really good. They also had a Kmart. They had a good toy section. Excuse me. Robert, I'm just in Kentucky, Virginia border. Okay. So it wasn't too ridiculously far away. The seam in Starfire's hair doesn't show. That's good news. So, would you recommend her? What's up, Judge Dreds? How are you? Roses is more like Big Lots now. Ah, thank you. And Playworld had Mass, Voltron, and Centurions. Man, taking me back. King Collector, yes. Roses was the first to He-Man toys back in the day. Wow. Probably would get that food. Now you're making me hungry. What's on the menu? Mythic Legions range in price from about $30 for a common Legion builder to about $700 for a sought after character. That's quite the range of prices. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. The line is sold in ways of pre-order, Kickstarters. You decide your level of investment and pick through the wave. Thank you. Just dreads. Yeah, those are the good old days before the hobby got messed up by adults. You should put adults in quotation marks. Retro Robo. There is no feeling like going to the toy aisle and seeing something that you've wanted. I really miss when we had stores that cater to us specifically. It was the good old days, right? I mean, it was just going to Toys R Us is that feeling of like, I'm going to find something I'm going to get. Now it's like, I hope they remember to stock the truck and put some figures up. Oh, they're still in the back. I mean, that just did not happen with Toys R Us. And they were helpful getting stuff from the back. And that was the case in Toys R Us. Oops. With Star Wars OT prequel trilogy figures, what I like to see. Prequels. I still need more prequel characters and really a lot of Clone Wars figures. Let's see. Chancellor Palpatine, need him. So there's one Captain Panaka. What's her face? Jeez. The assassin from Attack of the Clones. Her. I don't know why I'm blinking on her name. Boss Nass Watto. Off the top of my head. My toy section is kind of smallish, but they have some figures, not a lot. Thank you, Snake Eyes. Also getting Mezco Doc Ock, right? Doc Avenger. Ryan, I've never shopped at any of these stores. I've been ordering from Pulse and Amazon since 1981. You must have some great stocks. Jibru, the Toys R Us in my area in my adulthood kind of sucked. You tell the store was dying. They only rarely ever had their store exclusive. Yeah, when they were going bad, it was not a pretty sight. Thank you, Chamberlain. And ooh, jeez, going fast on the chat. And Retro, I don't know why I was blanking on Sam's name. I can see her. It's like, "Ushudu." She took that Camino saber dart. Jeff White, the good old days. I remember building Pit and Bing Bang Boom. Bing Bang Boom is the only build a figure from those days that I've kept. The money from those old baths got me some nice new things. Yeah, well, maybe we can trade him out now if the rumors are true that he's next up on the build on the HasLab list. David Thanos. I tried to get into the Mythic Legions, but it's a deep rabbit hole. I went with an alternative, NECA Dungeons and Dragons, which yeah, they do look pretty good. All right, let's see here. Going through the rest of the figure news for the week. You guys have been talking about it, so let's bring him up and talk about it. The Mezco Doc Ock. This is a fun looking figure to me. I like all the different head sculpts they've gone with as usual. They got some really cool stuff. I love the bowl cut hairstyle and angry face. This is just so classic comic book. Vintage Steve Ditko. The tentacles, highly posable and removable. So that's really fun doing different things. I feel like he could be a little bit rounder, but I think this is pretty solid too. This backdrop setup is cool. The Spider-Man looks amazing. Ah, pun intended. Interchangeable tentacle claws. That's fun. It's just gonna be a really cool figure. And they're really making me go, I should get this Spider-Man. And the creepy smile. I mean, they really got him down. The trench coat. They've got the lab coat look down too. So you've got all the possible conceivable looks for a classic Doc Ock and interchangeable tentacle arm lengths too. So you can pose him however you like. That's smart. And I'm trying to remember which issue this is from. Early on, is it 4 or 5 of Amazing Spider-Man? But this is a really cool looking figure. I think they did a great job with him. And I know somebody said it looks like a Mego figure, but I was pretty excited. Like, oh man, Mezco, don't make me get into this line. I'm already really tempted with the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom and a Spider-Man figure, but these yeah, looks really cool. So what did y'all think about this figure? I thought Sam was gonna be the new Boba Fett, right? And then it was like, oh no, she's not. And then of course there was gosh, Captain Phasma, who it seemed like she was gonna be the new Boba Fett. Not so much. Randall G, I still need a Return of the Jedi Han Solo and Carbonite. I think he's expensive now, right? Laura A, yes, I forgot you're in my area too. If you're going to decide to try Rose or Dee Dee's discount, pick one that has other interesting stores nearby. District Heights, Forestville has a Rose and a Target nearby, and a Dee Dee's discount GameStop close. Thank you. That's the one I was thinking about, so I will check it out. Judge Dredd should have made the tentacle claws articulate instead of all those hands. I think they have swappable ones. Jeff White, shouldn't those arms be on his side from this era? On his sides. Wait, what's wrong with the way they are? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, good call. I mean, they really do have a ton of tentacle arms. That is wild. But yes, you are correct. Not from his back. I wonder if there's just some way they could not make that work. But yeah, you're right. It should be not coming from his back. Good call. Good catch, Jeff. Retro Robo. Mesco makes me feel like they're the grown up Mego. Not a diss to either companies, but they do feel to me like the evolution. I think that's fair. Snake Eyes. I like the Mesco Doc Ock. Pollywood, Jeffrey, I just wanted to take an opportunity to thank you for all your work as a content creator, for staying away from the community drama and being one of a few content creators I treasure. Thank you. I mean, I feel like I'm talking about toys and figures. This should be fun. And, you know, there's all kinds of drama and stuff to get into, but let's just have this be a fun place. So, and I appreciate you all for keeping it that way too, because, you know, I could have all these hopes and wishes of it being a great place, but if everyone who was here were jerks to everybody else, it wouldn't be a lot of fun. So thank you all too. Appreciate y'all. All right. So Doc Ock. But now Jeff has me thinking maybe he won't work because he's not lined up properly with those tentacles. But one figure I was very excited about and very happy to see was executed pretty well. This Dark Side figure from the DC Multiverse from the DC Multiverse line. Superpower style. He's got the big medallion with the D in the center. He's got the soft, good wired cape. I don't see an easy way to take the cape off. I guess you could cut it if you wanted, but why would you want to? Uh, the arms are reused from the Mongol figure. So if that matters anything to you, that's where he's from. I think this Dark Side looks pretty good. Definitely got that superpowers vibe going, and I think they did a really cool job with him. And I love the fact that they're including soft good capes, trying to mix it up a little bit more and experimenting with that. That's something that we haven't seen from a lot of mass market retailers. I know the Black Series teams incorporating cloth is necessary. This is really cool. I'm glad to see them trying some more new stuff. And this is the other big reveal from them. And I just love the fact that McFarlane's like, yeah, I don't care if nobody liked this movie. I'm going to make some amazing figures off of them. And the Batman Forever figures, I think, are a little bit closer to me pulling the trigger and getting them. I was like, absolutely not. I will not buy Batman and Robin figures. I hate that movie too much, even though the figures look great and amazing. I can't do it. But I love the fact that they were able to pull off the poster. I feel like Kim Basinger's character is missing, but outside of that, this set looks really cool. The Val Kilmer Batman looks really well done. The Chris O'Donnell Robin also really nicely done. Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face, Jim Carrey Riddler. These are really good figures. I don't remember this wave. Oh, that's right. The Nightmare Bat. That's the Build-A-Figure. It's kind of a waste. I really would rather see. Did I say Kim Basinger? No, Nicole Kidman's Doctor. Was her name Chase? I don't know. But yeah, that's. Thank you, Ryan. I was like, I think I said that totally wrong. I still need a Vicky Vale figure, so that's where that came from. But yeah, I'm really impressed with how this turned out, and can see buying these way more than I could those Batman and Robin figures. What do y'all think? Are these ones you'd be interested in getting? And the quality of them is really well done. And that Joker, Riddler, I love that Joker, but this Riddler figure is really well done too. And the Two-Face looks really good. Jeff White, has Mesco done MCU figures? Potential Alfred Molina, Doc Ock later on? Yeah, I know for sure they've done a Black Panther. So anything else, I'm not sure of, but I know for sure they've done him. Judge Dreads, I'll stick with my Toy Biz Doc out with the best articulation of tentacles and claws ever made. But you know what was dope about those? You could actually take them out and use them for the Doc Ock that Hasbro made. And let me see if I can pull that up really quickly for my figure. But I was so shocked that Hasbro made that in a way that you could plug those jokers in. Let me see here, because the ones that the Doc Ock figure from, let me see, when did I post this review? Maybe 2018. The tentacles were just kind of but yes, there you go. You can see this. You could actually use those great Toy Biz tentacles and plug them in. And they're not exactly a flush fit, but you can see that they do work pretty well. And like you said, they had awesome articulation. They've got all kinds of cool detail to them. And it was like, oh, I can actually do this. So yeah, I don't know if I will need another Doc Ock because he's rotund, has a little bit of bulk, a little bit of girth to him. And he has those old Toy Biz tentacles. I've seen people do some really cool customizations with, was it LED setups with their USB ports? Yeah, something like that. But I'm like, the Toy Biz tentacles work. I'm good. I don't need another one, and I don't need to customize anything. This looks cool and really good. So very happy with it. And Judge Dreads, you're right. Those tentacle claws are amazing. Jeeber, you tend to keep it really positive, and the chat is a lot more respectful than other chats I've dropped into. Again, that's really due to you all being cool and awesome. Because I could throw around a band hammer. You want the hammer? So I'm glad I don't have to do that. You guys are so cool as a result of that. Doc Avenger just reread early issues of Spider-Man, and they do come out of the back, so they're correct. Problem solved. Thank you, Doc Avenger. That is good to hear. Because I was like, oh no, how'd they mess up? And I feel like they're pretty accurate on things, right down to the little shorts that Captain America's rocking in the classic comic book version. So there we go. Jalen, boo! Are they booing me, Smithers? No, sir. They're saying boo earns. Gotcha. Sorry, that dark side is a sore subject for me. Was it a deal where that pre-order sold out so fast? Hopefully he'll come back in stock. I think Amazon has them, so it shouldn't be impossible like some of these other things. Just remember that whole Batmobile fiasco where it seemed like they couldn't keep it in stock. Now it's on sale for cheaper prices. So hopefully you'll get that dark side soon. Snake Eyes. I have one problem with this dark side figure. There's no ab crunch or waist swivel. Do we know he doesn't have a waist swivel though? I know we can tell for sure there's no ab crunch. And I don't feel like most of the McFarlane DC figures have a useful ab crunch, but a waist swivel, I'm curious. I think he needs to do too much flexing around. David Thanos, that Riddler looks really good. He does. Excuse me. Judge Dreads, I got DC icons and Storm Darkseid. I'm good. Laura, just remember there's also a Ross Dress for Less. That's a worthless one. And Burlington across the street from that Target, also worthless. And a Five Below in that Target Plaza. I might need to make a trip there soon too. That Five Below is worthless. Like I haven't seen much of anything at Five and Below. If you guys, Chase Meridian. Thank you, Ryan. King Collector. Yes, I'll be taking that cape and medallion off of Darkseid as soon as I get them. Anthony Rogers, what's up, my man? What's up, y'all? That Mezco Doc Ock looks awesome. I do have the recent Marvel Legends Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. Did you get them on sale? I'll keep my eye on the Mezco. Been a lot of solid stuff released this year for sure. It is. Oh, with June almost here, we definitely have to do a best of the year so far. That way I can see if there's some figures that I need to get that y'all recommend or all this stuff. We'll do that later on in June, but for sure start working on your list. Jeeber, yeah, that Darkseid was sold out before I even heard of its existence. Batman Forever came out when I was in the first grade, I think. Whew, boy, maybe I should just take some of this ice from the cup and just splash it in my face. Wow. You were in the first grade when Batman Forever came out? I was in college at that point. Wow. Man. Well, if you're in the first grade, you might like Batman Forever more than I do. '80s kid. Oh, heck yeah. I used to love watching Forever. Carrie was great as Riddler. Kilmer was an okay Batman. Yeah, it was weird because I thought he would be okay as Batman, but it just, I don't know. He didn't have something. And I don't know if it was I was too biased with Michael Keaton to give Val Kilmer a fair shot, but I just wasn't great. Love that Joker. I'm using Smiley. Oh no, oh no. Michael Solis, Batman Forever is my favorite, but maybe because it was the only VHS I owned as a kid. Yeah, I can relate to VHS and burning through a tape. For my brother and I, we got I guess that was the same year, must have been the same year. We got for Christmas one year the tapes of Batman and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And that was an exciting Christmas because we had two great movies to watch over and over again. Magnus Mallow, how has no one brought up we need a Penance figure? Need him to complete my Civil War Ultimate Alliance lineup, but unlikely since he's a very graphic character. I mean, you don't have to put out to mom and dad and all everybody else that he's a violent character. You can just say Robbie's punishing himself as penance. I don't. His look is kind of interesting. I wonder if they would feel the need to revisit it though, because Would they do a nuke figure? I don't know if there's a big demand for him. I know I can stand that era of Robbie. I really liked him, so I hated that whole situation. Although it'd be useful for Thunderbolts from that era, so I can see a use for him. I just wonder if they would ever get around to doing him because he's going to require a lot of extra sculpting. Doc Avenger, yeah, me too. Got the DC New 52 Mega Dark Side and a DC Direct one. I'm good. Stickman. I was a Child Worlds kid. My favorite childhood memory was grabbing Beachhead, Lifeline, and Dial Tone the morning they dropped back in '86. Nice. It was really fun going to Toys R Us and those toy stores and going, oh, you got new G.I. Joes. Because, we didn't have anyone telling us when to go. And it was like, oh my gosh, I've got to get three. And I feel like you're probably the same like I was, where it was you couldn't just get one. It was like a Lay's. You can't just have one. They're new G.I. Joes. You've got to get a couple because you've got to start the new squad off. And you can't start a new squad with just one Joe. And if I was really good or really fortunate, I could get four, but getting three really felt like, all right, I've got the making of a new team. And did anybody else really stick so true to the lineups? Like, I didn't really have my Joes commingling all that often. Like, I would stick very true to the lineups of which they came out. So the 82 Joes, did missions with the 82 Joes and so forth. Like the 83 team, I kind of put in with the 82 squad because they were pretty close. And in the cartoon, they were together. And in the comic book, it wasn't that long before the new recruits came in. But the rest of them, I kind of did missions according to the year they came out. Judge Dredd, I just had that Doc Ock fighting Mr. Fantastic and Doc 1, just like the comic book, right? Randall G. Mezco's done a bunch of Marvel characters: Spider-Man, Captain America, Wolverine, Scarlet, Silver Iron Man, and more. I think he was asking about the MCU versions. So I don't know which ones they've done on that end. Doc Avenger, Ditko didn't draw Doc Pudgy. Romita did that. Thank you. All right, so we're all covered. They did a very accurate Doc Ock. That's good stuff. 80s kid is digging the Mezco Spider-Man. Mezco made Blade 2. I kind of want him. Blade Tarpley. I think we have a smallish group of great people here. And if anyone were to get out of line, we'll police the chat ourselves. Thank you, Blake. Appreciate that, fellas. Jamie. Yeah, I expected to come back. Still just a little salty. It's one thing when you sleep on a re-release or don't know, but when you actively try and still strike out, it does. Because it's like, that's how I felt this morning, or not this morning, this afternoon, when they put up the Black Series. And I was like, wait. And 000 is already sold out at Pulse. And I was like, darn it. Because they're always the easiest to go because you don't have to worry about the shipping requirements. Fortunately, Entertainment Earth came through. They still had them. But I was like, all right, how do I get to 79 free shipping? And that's always a struggle, but I was happy to get them. So good deal. Robert, right. I feel old with that Batman Forever comment. Me too. So you and I are right here. I was like, whoa. But yeah, that's cool. Jeeber man, Five Below hasn't had any good action figures since Mattel had the DC license. I honestly don't remember much about Batman Forever. I'm 35, by the way. See, when you write it out like that, I don't feel that old. But boy, when you said the grade, I was like, oh no. But yeah, it was. I haven't revisited. I have Batman. I have Batman Returns in my collection. I watched those. I really like those films. The other two, like Batman Forever, is not terrible. I just felt like at some point in the movie, they let Jim Carrey go way too Jim Carrey, and it felt like it was less Batman movie and just Jim Carrey doing a wacky and goofy character. I mean, it made sense if you're going to have Jim Carrey at that point in time in your film. And I thought he made sense as Riddler. I just think they needed to rein him in a little bit more to keep it from going, oh, he's a bootleg version of Joker from the first film. Jalen, I was still at a grade when Batman Forever came out, but it definitely wasn't the first grade. Kelly Cox, I have to admit, a best of Marvel Legends from this year is a long list. Right. Nobody outbats Keaton. Well, I don't know about that 80s. I mean, especially with those first four, there's a lot. He's number one. But I kind of like parts of Christian Bale, and I really like Ben Affleck's Batman. So there's some competition. David, I can't remember where I saw it, but someone wanted a sealed bat for that way. It's by Rose. Judge Dredd says, hit the likes because you know you like the show. Appreciate it, Judge Dredd. Lefty Lions, the Batman Forever set a Build-A-Figure wave? Sorry if I missed if you said so. Yes. Let me see if I can find this picture. I think I'm doing better at organizing these things. I can quickly pull it up, but I think I might be able to show you what the Build-A-Figure was. If I could go back. Turn back time. Let's see. Batman Build-A-Figure. I thought I had that. Of course, now that I'm scrolling, there's a Batman and Robin wave. So if I got that, then I've got to have the Batman Forever wave too in here, but I guess I don't see it. I'm pretty sure the Build-A-Figure is a giant bat. And I don't quite remember the importance, the symbolism of the giant bat in Batman Forever, but that is what it was. Sorry, I can't find a picture. But yeah, I think that's what it is. 80s kid. I used to have Batman 89 on VHS. Same. Thank you. Batman said Build-A-Figure is a bat. I just need to look at the chat. Russia Robo. Yeah, that's what's wild about the chat. You start to see the range of ages participating. Some may not have been born when Mego figures were the only superhero figures around. Right. Robert. Okay, Penance is one of my least faves. I get what they were trying, but I hated the direction it took. Yeah, it was because it was such a fun character. And I hated how dirty they did the New Warriors with Civil War. I mean, it was like, what is happening? Night Thrasher would have no way been involved in any of that. And I think that was the part I was like, what is this? No way Dwayne would be down for that. Jalen, I think they should release Generation X Penance before the Speedball version. Yes. Yeah, for sure. And it didn't catch Doc Ock on sale. I actually got it as soon as I found out my local Target had it. Yeah, I know, because early on it felt like you got to grab him. You got to get Green Goblin right away. But yeah, it was 27, I think, this past week or whenever the sale was going on. But I think a lot of people really enjoy the figure. So I don't think I've heard anyone have any buyer's remorse. Nah, I missed all my jokes. I figured I was the only one. I really was weird about that. I'm like, no, you can't play with these guys. Kelly Cox, the bat is an odd choice, but if someone wants it, yeah, I kind of feel like people are just gonna, here's a bat, but it might be something cool to have in a Batman setup somehow. I don't know. Maybe you can stand in for Man Bat. Bert, I did hear rumors about the Iron Grenadiers coming out. Well, Hasbro during one of their live streams mentioned the Iron Grenadiers is a name only, so they for sure are. And it's 9:30 already. How'd that happen? Anthony Rogers, that Dark Side release was tough. I was holding out to see if it would hit Amazon. Completely missed it when I finally seen a post from another YouTube page. There's another YouTube page that it was available. Came away. Yeah, it was just like that. I did post it, the link on the dashboard, so you can always check over here when something's out. I try to post it as soon as I know about it so you all can get it too. So guys, I like Christian Bale's Batman. Robin is collecting. Patterson Batman is pretty good. I'm glad you liked it. David Thanos, speaking of Batman Returns, I wonder if that'll be the next movie wave. It's like they're going backwards. Yeah, I mean, that should be the case. And I'd really be excited to see what characters they go with, assuming they have all the licenses. Because we got Batman, we got the Michael Go Alfred coming with the Batman Forever Batmobile. So probably wouldn't expect him. I mean, Penguin and Catwoman should be the other two. And then do we get Max Shrek as the fourth character? I would buy that. Brett says Val Kilmer wasn't bad as Batman. Jeff White says Robin Williams would have made an excellent Riddler. I can see him as a live action version of the animated series Riddler. It would have had to have been a serious role Robin. Randall G, I saw Batman Forever in 1995 at a midnight screening in LA. I remember QVC doing a marathon sale for the VHS tape, but I always thought the films missed the boat, not following Batman the animated series villain's portrayal. When did Batman the animated series drop? I felt like that was after at least some of those. When did it show up? Come on, Wikipedia. Don't let me down now. Oh, of course you're going to take forever. 1992. So, yeah, they already had some of those underway by that point. Excuse me. Did the Batman and Robin figures come out? They did. I saw Batman, I saw Robin, and I want to say, yeah, I saw those two. I don't know if I saw the rest though. Now maybe it was that I saw Batgirl and Poison Ivy, like you said. I don't think I saw. I saw those figures at Walmart of all places. I wonder if that's the only ones. 80s. The Batman was good once, but then it feels poorly written after watching it the second time. I didn't think it was great the first time. I was like, gosh, how long is this movie? And can I just go home and watch The Dark Knight? Because that's this movie only done better. Kelly Cox, I heard some high prices for Poison Ivy too. You know why? Because that figure looks so good. And she was the only one I was like, she's almost too good to pass up on. I'm glad she's expensive because I probably would have gone for her then. Jamlin, I hate to get them and never be able to find. Yeah, because then you can't build Mr. Freeze. Matthew, gotta go, folks. Gotta get going to my stream starting soon. Hopefully, you have a good stream, Matthew. Thanks for hanging out. Brent Dash, what's up, Thursday night crew? I'm extremely late. Don't worry, Brent. We still got a couple more minutes, like at least till 10, so a little bit more than half. All right, let's see here. All right, well, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, all right. I took a screenshot of this, and now it's like, all right, here we go. Vittorio. I feel like I botched that. Let me know how to say that properly. It's difficult to relate to the Patterson and Bale versions of Bruce Wayne. They seem too distant. Affleck could have been the best of both worlds if he had gotten a better movie. I feel like, yeah, his Bruce Wayne really had the gravitas to work. I feel like Bale played a really good Bruce Wayne. I just felt like his Batman wasn't as good. And Patterson, I don't know where I feel like his Batman just needed better material because his Bruce Wayne is like a moody teenager, not really effective, throwing temper tantrums at Alfred, spray painting his floor. That didn't seem like something Bruce Wayne would do. And yeah, I think Affleck's Batman just needed more stuff. David, for Batman, you got to go to the OG, Adam West. I'm not that old, but I saw a lot of Nick at Night growing up. Nick at Night, classic stuff there. He's good. I think he fills a very specific Batman niche, but I really like his Batman too. Lefty, the Batman and Robin wave are out. Mr. Freeze is too small, in my opinion. The likenesses are there. That's not good that he's too small. Snake Eyes says, my dad loves Adam West Batman. That is his favorite Batman ever. Robertson from the Realm says Lego Bats is my fave. All right, let's get into it. Hyped it up enough. And thanks to you all putting this out to me. I did not notice this when I saw this. Yo Joe, gear up for the infamous Hasbro Pulse. Join Lenny, Tony, and a new Cobra recruit some of you may just recognize next Tuesday, June 4th, on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. This will be a big one, filled with new reveals, name drops, and yes, pre-orders. Don't miss out. No mention of Emily, which is weird. Hopefully, and that means she got laid off, or that means she did not. Let me say that again. Hopefully, Emily's lack of her name being on there does not mean she got laid off. Hopefully, that's the case. All right, so let's get into it. What do you all want to see from this Pulse drop, this live stream of G.I. Joe? Let me see if I can pull up really fast the list of all the characters that we know are coming. See what his tank says. They keep a really good record of all the name only reveals, the checklist of everybody, and all the good stuff. So let me see if I can find that really quickly. This is something I should have done beforehand, but let's see if I can. There we go. So let's see. All right. The pipeline reveals courtesy of histank.com. The pipeline reveals so far are Alpine, Iron Grenadiers, Raptor, Starduster, Nemesis Immortal, Dreadnought Xandar, Leatherneck, Dial Tone, Saw Viper, Frag Viper, Road Pig, Blowtorch, and once a man, Sergeant Slaughter. And then we've seen the Mad Marauders, Sergeant Slaughter, and Mad Marauders, Lowlight and Spirit Iron Knife and leaked images. So that's what we know for sure is coming straight from Hasbro. What do you all want to see? I'll go first. I want to see, of course, I'm going to say this until I get that pre-order in for him. Retro Flint. 1985 is my favorite year G.I. Joe's, so I'm always biased on that end. Another one I want to see, Retro Snake Eyes version 2, the 1985 one. So those two stalwarts, they were part of every team. I always included them. I did so many missions with Flint, Snake Eyes, Lady J, Alpine, and Bazooka, and Shipwreck. That was my go-to squad. And of course, Quick Kid, can't leave him out either. So yeah, got to get those two. That original Snake Eyes, not the 00, but the 02 figure was fine, but I need an all-out version 2. Make those straps and pouches and holsters and all that good stuff full on gray, the visor gray. Give him those little the booty type shoes that he was rocking, the pouches right on his ankles. I want that whole deal, the full on ninja version, not the is he commando? Is he a ninja? I want that version in figure form. I want the little small arrow there on his wrist. I need that too. Give me all of it. So I want those two for sure. Hopefully, we'll get a reveal of the Snowcat because I desperately want to see that. Also a 1985 vehicle. Love to see my guy Flash. I was pretty sure he was mentioned. We've seen his laser gun with Glenda. So I gotta assume we're gonna see him soonish. So hopefully we'll see him. And Airtight, another 85 member. I'm gonna do a video on the next up for 1988. So not mentioning any of those Joes. You might have seen him on the thumbnail, but I would love if they did some comic book Joes, including Cool Breeze. The dude was only in one issue, but I like his design. I like his personality. Thought it'd been really fun to see him around a little bit longer, but he'd be a cool one to add to the collection. It was pretty cool to see when I was looking at the images that people have already made customs of a Cool Breeze. So I'm interested to see if the G.I. Joe Classified series team goes that deep, goes into the comic book mythos, not just the ones who were players in the cartoon and in the comic book, but just specifically those comic book ones. So it'd be a good one. Let's see what you guys have to say before I throw in a few more that I want to see. Ryan says Emily is in charge of every line except for Marvel and Star Wars. I think her job is safe. That's good to hear because I think she's cool. So that's good. Glad to hear that. Thank you for clearing it up for me. All right. I'll go back to this Batman discussion. I was like reading, but I was like, oh, what do we hear? Anyway, I'll get back to that. Let's answer the questions first. Michael Solis, Snake Eyes. Which one? He's got like 18 more versions. So which Snake Eyes do you want to see? 80s kid. I'm hoping we get retro Cobra Commander. Not Coco. Coco's singing. Flint, Roadblock, and Snake Eyes. Now, what do you want to see with a retro Roadblock? Because I feel like the heavy artillery version really got that look down. Blake, give me the original Joe lineup. Retro Stalker, yes. Laser Rifle Trooper, Flash, Cobra Commander, Short Fuse, round out a few more of those. Yeah, I like to see Zap too, because Zap with the big bazooka, that was really cool. Yeah, we're really close to getting that team done. David Thanos, they come out with Retro Flint and Major Blood. I retire collecting Joes. That's it. Just two more figures. Yeah, Retro Major Blood. I like to see him. I like the one that we have, but I think they've done some nice advances in the articulation. And I think his original design would be a little bit easier to pose and do fun stuff with in terms of having him in action. Because I always fiddle with those rockets and the backpack. They come off all the time. The helmet is cool, but it doesn't stand as well as I'd like. The dog tags ride up a little, so they could fix Major Blood a little bit. 80s kit. Starduster, Leatherneck, Alpine, and Xandar are exciting. Snake Eyes, Retro Snake Eyes, and Cobra Commander. 80s kit Stalker would be good too, but I can still get him. I mean, he's fine. I think they could do a better job with his camouflage. That's why I want to see a retro version of him. Judge Dreads, I may be interested in Nemesis Immortal for my vampire show. He would work pretty well in that end. Doc Avenger. After Doc, Nemesis Immortal and Pythona are my big ones. Oh, I'd love to get Quinn the Eskimo. He was forever giving the Joe's fits in the comics. Everything else is gravy for me now. But would you want Doc Venom too? Keeping up with the Doctor theme. Bert, G.I. Joe Battle Force 2000 needs to come out. All right, Bert, I'm putting you on the spot. Which Battle Force 2000 member do you want to see first? Robert, Retro Flint, yes. IG Destro, yeah, we're gonna need him now that we've got the Iron Grenadiers and we've got Metalheads. So, I mean, we've got some Iron Grenadier characters. Gotta have their leader. Put that shine up, that gold helmet, and put it the gold mask, and let him lead the crew. I kind of want him with his despoiler though, so we can get him as another vehicle pilot. Iron Grenadiers and Retro Cobra Commander and Retro Major Blood are the ones I'd be hopeful for. Cool. Vittorio, I just started collecting Classified. I'm hoping for a hooded Cobra Commander and retro card Dr. Mindbender Serpenter, so I don't have to pay aftermarket prices. Yeah, I really, really want them to do right by everybody who missed out on Mindbender and Serpentor because they're really essential characters and they should put them out in a way so everybody who missed them. Now, they did try. I think they put both of those back up for pre-order 4 or 5 times. They just sold so fast because people wanted them. So I hope for everybody who missed them, they can get another shot. Hopefully they'll show one or both come next month. David Thanos, give me his around his brother. Xandar, we got him coming. Bert, I kind of want Starduster. Maybe I'm kind of on the fence with him. It'll definitely be one of those. How does he turn out? Kelly Cox, can we get a reissue of Major Blood? I think you probably want a better one because the one that came out is okay, but they've done a lot of improvements to the Classified series model that Major Blood would really benefit from. Bert, the retro carded Eel and Snow Serpent are cool. Nice. Excuse me. Randall, I like to see Zap, Grand Slam, Steeler, Pythona, Short Fuse. Now, if we get a Pythona, we've got to have pictures of her versus Wolverine and Sabretooth. Short Fuse version 2 Snake Eyes, Wetsuit, Quinn, Dr. Venom. Yes. Billy Deluxe. Now, why would you make Billy a deluxe? Roddy Piper. Finally get a Rocky figure. Resolute Duke. Duke did have a cool looking Resolute. Retro Robo, I want a deluxe Deep Six with removable dive suit. Oh, make it remove. Yeah, they could kind of do that after we've seen what they did with Tripwire. So that is something that could work. And that would make a lot of sense for him. Would you give him like the full naval gear outfit that he had in the comic book? Because that could work for his other outfit. Cobra Mamba, Cobra Mamba. I actually saw Big Bo at Walmart. I finally got Big Boa this week when he was on sale. So that was really exciting because I haven't seen him in a long time. So getting him for cheaper was very helpful. Joe Dye, Dodger for Battle Force 2000 first. Dodger's pretty cool. Randall G, need a Skyhawk. Yeah. I mean, we got the Trouble Bubble. We should get the Skyhawk to have a smaller scale aerial battle where we could hold both things in either hand. Because you know the Dragonfly, you're probably going to need both hands to wield that bad boy. Bert, how about a Cobra Rattler or Cobra Night Raven HasLab? Well, I'm curious about when we're going to see this because we've got the Star Wars probable HasLab Cantina coming up soon. I don't know how long they're going to delay that. I know it seems like it makes sense for Yojo June to have the debut of the HasLab, but I'm curious when we're going to see it. I would like for it to be a little bit longer because there are a lot of stuff they just dropped, but yeah, maybe we'll see that. And the Rattler or the Night Raven would be really welcome. I think I'd rather see the Rattler first just so I can get Wild Weasel. He's one of my favorite vehicle drivers for Cobra. I like to see a Water Moccasin too while we're talking about vehicles. Joe Dye, Dodger, Blaster, Blocker, DJ, Avalanche, and Maverick. I'm forgetting one dude. Shoot, now I'm trying to think which one you missed. It's 6 of them, right? Retort, have to keep telling myself I don't need a vampire shelf just because Judge Dredd is doing it. Knockdown, that's the one. Thank you. Jalen, Jeff, I struggle with these lists. I want all the Joes and Cobras. I may not get some of the 90s character designs, depending on if we get some. I may not get some of the 90s designs, depending on if we get some nice redesigns. What I really want is new characters and characters from the comics that have never had figures. Yeah. What comic book figure really stands out to you that you want to see done? I would love a General Flag too, because what happened with him was like, whoa. And from not reading a lot of other comic books up to, I want to say till issue 30 of G.I. Joe, I didn't know that stakes existed. And what happened in issue 19 was like mind blowing, like, whoa, and changed a whole bunch of things for me. So, anyway, really cool to see that. I'd rather see Avalanche, says Greg Archer. I think it's funny. I think a lot of people are going to have a different choice for which Battle Force 2000 member they want to see first. Now, do you want to see them release separately or do you want to see them with their vehicles? Michael Solis, banded up Snake Eyes with the sunglasses or just an unmasked head? Now, with the skin peeling or just like the rubber mask version? Randall G. Billy will be a deluxe with different heads and removable limbs. Plus ninja weapons. Python Patrol Trouble Bubble was $13.50 at Target, and mine had 20 of them. Really? That's interesting. I think a lot of people would have been all over that with 20. Man, $13.50. I wish that regular Trouble Bubble was $13.50. I would have 20 of them. Blake, Snake Battle Armor. That would be amazing as an affordable army builder, small vehicle. Maybe it's not a vehicle. See it being a vehicle, but yeah, that would be fun. I would love that, and make it include a Cobra Trooper too. Yes, I absolutely want that. Bert, I would want Dodger from Battle Force. Dodger had a cool look. I can see that. What other Joes have pets? So many. Dusty, Spearhead. Who else am I forgetting? Law. Kind of blue. I guess that's who you're talking about. Let me see. Is there anybody else? I'm sure I'm blanking on somebody else. I feel like Raptor. He's a Cobra. Jamelin, if vehicles are included, I gotta go with the Water Moccasin and Wolverine. Yes, because we've already got the drivers. Well, hey, I drive the car, he finds the bombs. We tried it the other way, but it didn't work out. Randall G, how about it? Chris Evans, 1943, World War II, Captain America, and G.I. Joe with a shield and leather jacket. Could be the new Sergeant Savage. Sergeant Savage. Whew. That was the time. Judge Dredd, don't you guys want a playset for HasLab? Like a headquarters at Cobra Mountain? Dude, listen, I would be all about a G.I. Joe headquarters HasLab. That would be absolutely something I'd be all about. And I think my display shelf for my G.I. Joes would work for G.I. Joe headquarters. Can put anything else on that shelf. That would be really cool. Like big enough to hold an inevitable future to be determined date for a Mobat, and then could have the vamp on the lift, and then a helipad for the Dragonfly. Make that happen. Greg, no, they came in vehicles, so I think each one came separately, if I'm remembering correctly. Jamlin, my number one character from the comics is probably Dawn Marino. Not Sherlock. I love Sherlock's whole thing. She's got the Misty Knight bionic arm, but Dawn does have a cool look. I feel like we're gonna get her soon. Deep Six had a pet. Yes, the pet dolphin. Right. Just throwing in random animals at some point. I mean, when we had bobcats entering the fray, I was like, what is going on? And for that reason, I think we need to get Link Talbot into the line soon. The Joe Vet probably was the most sensible new addition for that from that Valor versus Venom era. Like the Joes clearly need a veterinary, and Link was pretty cool. Michael Solis, Snake Eyes needs his scars. Yeah, exactly. All right. Ryan says expect pre-orders spread out over the first 3 weeks of June. Wave of 4 1 week, Retro and 60th 1 week, and 2 more items the 3rd week. Probably HasLab the 4th week. So we will see the HasLab. Woo! Okay, the 4th week. So that is good to know. Thank you for that heads up, Ryan. So start saving your pennies together, because coming the end of June, we'll have 45 days, if that window is correct, to stack the pennies for the G.I. Joe HasLab. Heavy Duty and Ripcord. We do have Ripcord from the Night Force version coming with the HasLab, and so far, they've not put a HasLab character out in a solo card as of yet. So we may be waiting for a minute. Jalen, Battle Force 2000 vehicles were all released without figures. The figures were in 2 packs. Okay, thank you. See, yeah, that is something. 80s Kid. Action Force wishes they could be G.I. Joe. Action Force is pretty cool, though. Ryan Daly. I do not know for sure the HasLab is coming. That is speculation, not certain. That was kind of what I was thinking, that it would be the end. I feel like with Yojo June, that's how it worked out both times last year, right? Like, let me just do some really quick research on the fly. Let's see if they have that at the same point. HasLab, there we go. Excuse me. All right, so let's see. Past projects. Let's look at all of our winners so far. Okay. Sky Striker ship January 2023. But I don't know. Will that tell us when it went up? All right. HasLab began on October 23rd, ended on December 7th. So I was right on those 45 days. Let's see here about the Hiss tank. And that shipped December, but when did it actually? So it ran from June 29th. So that would have been Yojo June month to August 15th. Okay, so there you go there. That was the first one. And then, of course, would this be considered in production, guys? No, here it is. All right, so crowdfunding date ended July 18th. So that started June 5th. So that started at the beginning. So hopefully they'll wait till the end of June and not start it to kick off Yojo June. So based on that precedence, probably a good bet we're going to see the HasLab at some point. I really hope they wait till the end of the month, because that makes it easier and later for us to start stacking our chips for it. Kelly Cox, a G.I. Joe playset for a HasLab would definitely pique my interest. It was a dolphin, but if I'm not mistaken, there was a repaint that gave the dolphin orca markings. Yeah, they were getting wild with those what's his face? Those Joe animals. Let me pull it up for you real fast though, courtesy of our friends over at 3D Joes, who have my favorite collection of GI Joes, where it's so easy to track down everything and make sense of it all. There we go. Highly trained dolphin. That's what he came with. So here you go. Another Echo Warrior figure. There is his dolphin. And I feel like that's such a cool animal for a G.I. Joe. And they even got the pose where he could put his that's fine, right? I mean, that's just cool. Let's do it up so he can actually go with his dolphin buddy. And let's see. Finback is his trained dolphin. Deep Six can penetrate any underwater obstacle. Cobra deploys on the ocean floor. I think, yeah, he was part of the Echo Warrior squad. So I don't know. Maybe they make that Deep Six's costume underneath the scuba gear. So not scuba gear, his whole deep sea diver, his diving outfit. Randall, give us the 3 Closet Huts from Utah's Pit as a playset. Kitty, see, I was like, yes, make that happen. Dreadnought's motorcycles would be sweet. How about a Wade Collins Crimson? Yes, take that. Soft Master, Hard Master, Dr. Berghardt, all of everything you mentioned, I'm down for. And then I want a Fred in his "We're invading Snake Eyes' cabin" outfit. He's got his shirt. He's rocking the vest. I would buy that figure for real. Greg Archer. I want Iceberg, just not the whale version. That was so bad. So bad. Does any Joe have a pet shark? No. Killer dolphin. Yeah, he really did seem that way. Nightmare fuel dolphin. He was ready to go on the attack, right? Okay, I can reveal stuff. Nice. Thank you. You hear it here first. Exclusives dropping from Ryan Daly. Retro Cobra Commander and Cobra Trooper. Yikes. Is this a Cobra Trooper with a red mask? If so, that's going to be trouble because I'm going to have to get 10 more Cobra Troopers. That's exciting. I just had a brilliant idea for a movie. Killer dolphins get swept up in a tornado and kill everything in their path. Dolphinado. I think you might get in trouble with that one, buddy. Ryan, Mad Marauder Slaughter and the Cobra Stinger are coming in June. Oh man, the Cobra Stinger's dropping too. Nice. This is exciting. We're getting all kinds of drops from Ryan right now. Paper Trail. I want Sand Vipers from the old Family Dollar line. Those were cool figures, actually. I'm with you on those. 60th anniversary Marine Sniper and Halo Jumper. Oh, cool. I'm with you, Greg. The Stinger is going to be awesome. Doc Avenger. They might want to think about a 4 payment plan that goes every 2 weeks. That way it eases the burden of paying for it. I'm with you. Well, it's not all at once. It's the end of the cycle, but yeah, it's can be tricky on that one. Tsunami and Killer Dolphins, Dolphinami. Man, thank you for those reveals, Ryan. That's cool. Stinger will be $99.99, same as Vamp. Stinger might be available from other online retailers beside Pulse. That's interesting news too. All right, guys. Well, yeah, exactly. Cool stuff. Well, guys, that's it for today, for tonight. I'm gonna wind it down, but listen, cool stuff. We got June 4th, Yojo June reveals dropping. I'm gonna have my 1988 reveals, not reveals, the figures that I want to see next coming up. So look for that. Thank you all for hanging out with me on a Thursday night. As always, appreciate you all so much. Y'all have a good night. I'll see you again real soon. For now, this episode of Loud's Figure Files has been filed.